Oh, hello everyone, it's Susie, Crypto Granny here. Today it's the 26th of October 2021 and the time in Amsterdam time is 18:25. Very cold today in Amsterdam, so I've got the heating up and I've got my dressing gown on. It's really chilly today. Let's talk about the cryptocurrency market. Let's go through the news and the stats and any other relevant information that I look at in terms of trading and our investment decisions and that sort of thing. And then we'll look at the fiat market. So the first thing I want to start with is the US banking regulators are exploring a roadmap for banks to engage with cryptocurrency, looking at ways that they can establish custodian services and collateral to use it on their in terms of their bank balance sheet holdings. Also, Janet Yellen came out on Sunday. There was a State of Union address where she said that she was, talking to people about basically incorporating a wealth tax on cryptocurrency gains. And she spoke basically saying that cryptocurrency gains, even though they hadn't been necessarily realised, may become income, which is a bit of a problem if that's the case, because, you've got unrealised capital gains, and if they make them income, then you're basically paying tax on unrealised capital gains, which just gets harder and harder in the US for anyone that's an average person to get ahead when they've got all these, all these regulations coming out and everything else. It just makes it very, very difficult indeed, I have to say. Now, just going back to Bitcoin, the 24-hour trading clock, which is what I like to look at, opened at 628.07. The high was 63.699. Currently, we've got 62470, so it has come off. The low was 62223, and at the moment, as I said, 62469. So there's quite a bit of volume done overnight as well. And if we look at market cap, Coin Live Watch, it's 2.66 trillion. Volume is very high at 93.304 bill. Liquidity is very high at 6.258 bill. And Bitcoin dominance has come down to 43.92%. We have seen it come down from about 47%. If we go to Mazari and look at the 24-hour volume on Mazari, we've got Tether. US Tether at 24.75 bill, Shiba Inu at 5.82 bill, Bitcoin at 5.13 bill. Then you've got Ethereum with basically 3.99 bill. So there's a lot of volume being done today. Then you've got Dodge doing 1.21 bill, Matic up there at about 9.30, Tron 8.22, and XRP is at 5.87 mil down the bottom there. Also, if we look at just what's happening in the market, and I did mention Mastercard yesterday, and that was a huge story. And, it is a very big story because they want to allow banks and merchants to use their network for cryptocurrency wallets and for rewards and loyalty programs. They're offering debit and credit cards as well. And this is huge, okay? Also, they use Bakkt as custody. Mastercard a partnership with Bakkt, and this was announced yesterday. And Bakkt, which is on the New York Stock Exchange, moved up 234% initially, and then 451% because it was the most shorted stock on the exchange. And currently, that stock is around $28 or something like that from $8, right? It's $25.51. So this thing really moved up yesterday. Also, Bakkt did another deal with FISER, and this is also to get them more clients in terms of cryptocurrency as well. Now, PayPal went up yesterday. There was rumours that they were going to buy P-Interest, but PayPal came out and said, no, that's not the case at all. But you can see these companies like PayPal and Mastercard, they're going to become, bigger than the banks. Seriously, it's huge what they're actually going to do, right? It's a very, very big story. There's no doubt about that. Now, currently in cryptocurrency land, there's 13,156 coins and tokens, massive amounts of coins and tokens. As I told you, this every day, there's an extra 150 coins and tokens that get added as new coins and tokens. And as I keep repeating to my clients, 99% of these are going to be broke within a year or so. Now, there was a Bloomberg article said that US Treasury Department would release a report indicating the SEC has extensive authority to regulate stable coins like Tether. So watch that space. They want to regulate them like banks and like, taking deposits from clients. So watch that space. That's going to be very interesting. Also, Tether's had a lot of, there's been a lot of stories about Tether, its relationship with Bitfinex, and, there seems to be a conflict of interest there as well, okay? So that's pretty interesting in itself. Now, just to come back to Mastercard have literally 20,000 financial institutions as clients and about 60,000 merchants. So it is huge. It's a huge conglomerate and getting bigger and bigger. Now, Nigeria launched their CBDC yesterday, e-Naru, and that's basically live. Crypto lending firm BlockFi has formed a business relationship with a crypto investment company called Neuberger Berman for the development of cryptocurrency products. And it just so happens that FTX, which is what we buy, has a relationship with Neuberger as well, Berger Berman, because FTX, which is the exchange, acquired BlockFi and also obviously know about Neuberger Berman as well. And also they completed their acquisition of LedgerX. So we also buy FTT as well. It's certainly got the goods and it's doing a lot in terms of crypto land as well. And I think that one will give Binance a run for their money going forward. If we look at Near Protocol, apparently did very well yesterday. And the reason is because they were offering $800 million in grants for people, developers to build ecosystems. Now, a lot of cryptocurrency currency has done this, a lot of ecosystems, and the first to do this was AVAX, if you remember rightly, Avalanche, and everyone else has just followed suit, it's a big story in itself. Now, there was also an article about on the Korean Economic Daily, something about a Korean teachers credit union which has 40 billion in assets under management, that they were planning to invest in crypto and BTC next year, but it looks like they've denied that. And this is where we need something like Chainlink. What is real news and what is fake news? Fair dinkum, we really do. Also, Citigroup came out with a price for Coinbase of $415, right? Now, Coinbase currently is at about $320. And if they've come out with that price for Coinbase on the stock market, what do you think Binance is worth? Seriously. Binance is one crypto at the moment that is seriously underperformed. The sellers are out there selling Binance, even though they burn their own coin. And I really think anyone selling Binance down here at 482 is just nuts. I think Binance is worth more than Ethereum, okay? And what they're doing is just amazing. I'll tell you a story coming up soon, and I'll tell you what they're doing. But Binance is a mega, cash cow business. It's absolutely a mega story. And it's just getting wealthier and wealthier and wealthier. They do 70% of the whole crypto volume in the market, right? And, Citigroup saying that Coinbase is worth $415, and Binance has literally triple the client base of Coinbase and more. What do you think Binance is worth? Seriously. I mean, I've got a minimum valuation of Binance, not with everything else that's done recently, of over $1,000 a coin, $1,500 a coin, okay? Now, Tesla, there's some news that they may start accepting Bitcoin. It was in their quarterly report, so keep an eye out for that. There was a big story by Jack Dorsey of Twitter and Square, and I do agree with this guy. I've been saying this for ages, right? Months and months and months and months, even a year ago. We have hyperinflation, people. And Jack Dorsey came out yesterday and said, yes, we do have hyperinflation, which changes everything. And I agree with this guy, absolutely. Now, to give you an idea of this, hyperinflation, when the price of goods and services keeps rising, astronomical, right? Every day, the price of goods and services rising and rising until we get to the extreme like Zimbabwe, where inflation was 98% per day, or an annual rate, listen to this one, of 79.6% trillion, where the currency was worthless, right? Now, I agree with Jack Dorsey on this, absolutely. He said there's hyperinflation, the fiat governments are literally stealing your money legally with higher prices for everything, and I agree with that, where wages are not keeping up with hyperinflation. And I'll give you an idea of this. When you look at commodities and wheat and everything else, steel, aluminium, wood, everything month on month is up by more than 20% and going higher. And your wages don't go up by 20% month on month. They're actually going down in real terms. So, he said basically hyperinflation is where a government legally steals your money. And I agree with him, because the purchasing power of your dollar is going lower and lower and lower, and wages do not keep up. And he said the only solution to this is cryptocurrency. Hyperinflation is when prices increase rapidly, more than 20% month on month. Generally, economists accept it as being 50% month on month. But, I believe that we have hyperinflation, people, and it's rapid inflation. And what you need to look at is the rate of change, not just the absolute number, but the rate of change. This decreases the value in your money. And with this, the only way you can combat high inflation is by goods, physical goods, okay? And also cryptocurrency, right? Also we've seen with hyperinflation, every country in the world that's had it, their currency gets crushed and it goes almost to zero or zero, right? Also, there's no economic growth, high unemployment, which is what we're seeing. I do not believe in unemployment figures. I think they're garbology that are printed by the statisticians, garbology. They increase their money supply. They keep using the government printing press constantly. And you know what? To no avail. All it does is sell the currency down, making inflation worse, okay? And this is effectively what's happening now. And what happens with hyperinflation also is individuals start working out that it's getting more expensive every day to buy a can of food, to buy a can of beans, to buy your kid nappies or whatever it might be. And people start hoarding. And with hoarding, prices go up even higher, right? And it's a vicious cycle, which governments cannot do anything about. And this is inflation, right? And inflation is here. And the Fed has no idea, right? The regulators have living in ivory towers. And seriously, these people have no idea. We have hyperinflation. When I say cotton is up 12%, month to day, heating oil up 12%, gas is up 15% month to date, right? Oil is up 12%, aluminium's up 15%, wheat's up, food is way up, vegetables, food, 40, 50% per annum, The list goes on and on and on. The cost of wood, the cost of transport, everything is through the roof, right? And your wages are not going up like that at all. Matter of fact, they're actually going down. So this is a scary place we find ourselves in. And the only way you're going to be able to hedge yourself is buying crypto. And then what crypto people do you buy? There's 13,156 coins and tokens. You need to know what to buy. And that's what my service provides, people. I know exactly what to buy and how to make money. Now, Binance Marketplace is in beta version. Binance is a mega story, right? And now they've come out with this thing called Binance Marketplace, which is in beta version, making it possible for companies around the world to be listed on Marketplace. It's available in public beta, and it provides users with things like, booking hotels on Traveler, creating and sending gift cards, Launchpad, all sorts of things, right? Binance Card, crypto loans, shopping, where you accept Binance. I mean, this is huge, right? Binance will outperform other coins. We just need to be patient. This is a cash cow business that pretty much, burns its coins, right? Every quarter. And they just had a large burn, okay? Also, Ripple has another client in the Middle East called PYYPL. It's a blockchain financial service company, and they will do ODL with the Middle East in terms of small, medium enterprise businesses. Also, Stellar has some clients where it's called Flutterwave and Tempo, where they're going to create USDC for their European and African operations, okay? If we go also look at Chainlink, they've got another client on called Antimatter, which Antimatter Finance integrates with Chainlink to issue limit orders on NFT assets on the platform and automation of smart contracts. Avalanche, Ampleforth has integrated with Avalanche to introduce alternative stablecoins and DEX stablecoins. And as I said, FTX FTT has completed their acquisition of Ledger X, and they also acquired BlockFi, which is partnering now with Neuberger Berman, which is a funds management business, which is really, really good. Now, if we go to social media on World Wide Web, it was Shiba Inu, Phantom, and Shiba Inu's done massive amount of volume, people, 5.94 billion, even more than Bitcoin. But look, it's the whales are behind this. There's no substance to this. It's a meme token, right? So people just get behind this thing and shove it up and push it down. Also, Phantom, what else we got here? We've got Olympus, Wonderland, Secret, and Veracity. If we look at Luna last year, it was Meta, Hero, Olympus, Phantom, QRDO, XYO, Cello Network, and Compound. And let's go to the stats now, people, very quickly. Crypto Fear and Greed Index now is 76. Yesterday it was 72. Last week 75, and last month 27. If we look at things listed on the stock exchange, back shares at $25.51, Coinbase at $3.21. Bitcoin ETF, BITO is 40.26, down slightly, and BTF Van Eyck's Valkyrie, I should say, ETF is 24.78, down slightly as well. If we look at the derivatives curve, Bitcoin's futures curve is in contango. So in other words, the spot of 626 to 198, say, and the March of next year is in contango, a positive curve, right, at 66,150. If we look at the call positions on Bitcoin, they have been bought back a little bit, and they still have 335 million dollar value of call positions on. If we look at Ethereum, the curve is not so contango. March 2022, they're pricing Ethereum at 4369, and currently it's at 4168. Ethereum has more calls, 561 million, and the overall call position is 531 million, much more than Bitcoin, as I said, which has 335 million calls. Now, if we look at 24-hour liquidations, there was 167 million. I'm very sorry cutting that off, but if you'd like to hear the whole podcast and get all my information on Patreon and reviews and all sorts of things, please join my Patreon. It's Crypto Granny on Patreon. You can see what's available there, and it would be very, very much appreciated. Thank you.